This is my mother. And this is the day a group of teenagers tried to humiliate her. They thought she was nobody. They thought I was nobody. They were wrong. My name is Naomi. I've spent over a decade in law enforcement. I've faced armed suspects, negotiated hostage situations, and walked into rooms where everyone wanted me dead. But nothing prepared me for what happened on a Tuesday afternoon when my mother visited my new neighborhood. We were just talking about her garden, my job, the grandkids. Normal things. Then a car rolled up. Music blasting. 4 teenagers inside. And one of them, she looked at my mother like she was a prop in a joke. They didn't ask me. They asked her. Because to them, a black woman in a nice neighborhood could only be one thing: help. What didn't they know? I wasn't just her son. I was the police chief. And their little game was about to change everything. Karen's daughter, leaning out the car window. Yo, lady. My car's got bird crap on it. $5 if you wipe it off. $5 whole. Her friends snort, phones raised. My mother, softly. No, thank you. The car creeps forward, blocking our path. Engine idling. Music thumps. Internal monologue. Her voice, the way she said lady. Not respect. Not even curiosity. Like my mother was a vending machine. Insert insult, receive humiliation. Karen's daughter, mock pouting. Come on, it's easy money. You people love easy money, right? Immediately her mom Karen came. Karen, pointing at my mother. What's going on here? Are you harassing these kids? Me. Ma'am, we're just walking. Your daughter dash. Karen, cutting me off. I know your type. Loitering, causing trouble. I'm calling the police. She whips out her phone, dials theatrically. Internal monologue, low, urgent. 911. My own department. My officers. And she's reporting us for existing while black. Karen's friend, filming. This gonna blow up on TikTok. Hashtag Karen versus the maids. Karen, to the crowd. They threatened my daughter. Look at them probably casing the neighborhood. Woman in yoga pants, whispering. Should we do something? Man in lawn chair, louder. Let Karen handle it. She's on the HOA board. Internal monologue, gritted teeth. 2 minutes. That's how long it takes for a patrol car to get here. 2 minutes to decide, chief or son? Protocol or pride? Flashback, my first day as chief. The mayor warns me, your uniform won't protect you from everything. Karen, smirking. You're gonna wish you stayed in your lane, sir. The first cruiser rounds the corner. Red and blue lights flash. Officer Martinez, exiting the car. Ma'am, we got a report about, sees me. Freezes. Chief? The crowd gasps. Karen's phone slips from her hand. Silence. Internal monologue, calm, cold. Every eye on me. My mother's shame. Their fear. My power. Breathe. Breathe. Me, to Officer Martinez. Escort these citizens home. Then meet me at the station. Karen, sputtering. You can't just. This is a mistake. Internal monologue, voice breaking. I could ruin them. Jail time. Records. But Mom's hand is still in mine. Warm. Alive. Choose mercy. Officer Martinez steps out, hand on holster, scanning the crowd. I reach into my jacket, slowly, and pull out my badge. My mother stands tall beside me, her hands still trembling in mine. Officer Martinez, voice faltering, eyes wide. Chief? Chief? I didn't realize Dash. He looks between me, my mother, and Karen, confusion and embarrassment written all over his face. The other officer, a rookie, freezes mid-step, suddenly aware of the gravity in the air. Yes, officer. I'm Chief Naomi. This is my mother. We were taking a walk. Karen's daughter's phone drops to the pavement with a clatter. The laughter from the teens dies instantly. Karen's face drains of color. She stammers, searching for words. Karen, voice cracking. You're the police chief? I thought Dash. Me, interrupting. You thought wrong, ma'am. The crowd is silent. The only sound is the wind rustling through the trees and the distant hum of the cruiser's engine. My mother squeezes my hand, and I feel her pride and pain mixing together. Officer Martinez, awkwardly, to Karen. Ma'am, I think we need to have a conversation at the station. Please come with us. Karen looks around for support but finds none. Her daughter's friends lower their phones, suddenly sheepish. The tension was thick, but I kept my composure. The crowd begins to disperse, but the whispers start. Some neighbors linger, faces flushed with embarrassment. Others cross their arms, defensive. Supportive neighbor, middle-aged black woman, voice trembling. I never realized how deep these biases ran. I always hoped things were changing, but it's right here, in our own backyard. Young man, white, early 20s, arms folded. I mean, maybe it was just a misunderstanding? People jump to conclusions all the time. Karen's not a bad person. Elderly man, Latino, shaking his head. Back in my day, we didn't have these problems out in the open. Now, everyone's got a camera. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's time we see the truth. Teen girl, one of Karen's daughter's friends, voice small. I didn't think it was a big deal. We were just joking. I guess it wasn't funny. I always knew racism wasn't just a headline. But seeing it aimed at my mother, in my own neighborhood, cut deeper than any insult I'd ever heard in uniform. At the police station, Officer Martinez and the rookie stand by, waiting for my decision. Karen and her daughter sit in the interview room, eyes red from crying. Their friends fidget, avoiding eye contact. The tension is thick. Internal monologue. I could press charges. Harassment. False reporting. There were witnesses, video evidence, everything I'd ever need to make an example. But what would that change? Would a criminal record teach them empathy? Would it heal my mother's heart? Me, in the interview room, to Karen and the teens. I have a choice. I could pursue charges. But I believe there's a better way. You will do community service, real work, not just picking up trash. You'll attend diversity and anti-bias training, and you'll write a public apology to my mother and this community. That's my offer. Take it seriously. Karen's daughter looks up, tears in her eyes. Karen nods, defeated. The friends shift uncomfortably, but no one protests. Karen, voice breaking. I'm sorry. I never meant for it to go this far. Me, it's not about what you meant. It's about what you did, and what you'll do now. Justice isn't always about punishment. Sometimes, it's about transformation. I wanted them to see us not as threats, not as jokes, but as neighbors, as people. That's the only way anything ever changes. Restorative justice isn't about letting people off easy. It's about making them face the consequences in a way that actually changes hearts. I wanted them to see the community they'd hurt, to hear stories they'd never bothered to listen to before. The teens and Karen sit in a circle with local elders, activists, and people of color from the neighborhood. One by one, residents share their stories of being profiled, dismissed, or made to feel unwelcome. Elderly black man, voice trembling. When I moved here in the 70s, I was called names. People crossed the street to avoid me. I thought we'd come so far. But every time something like this happens, I wonder if anything's changed at all. Karen's daughter listens, her eyes filling with tears. She wipes her face, ashamed. Karen's daughter. I never thought about how my words could hurt someone so deeply. I thought it was just a joke. But hearing these stories, I realize I was part of the problem. I'm sorry. My mother. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's choosing to build something better. I don't want them to carry this shame forever. I want them to do better, to be better. That's what I hope for all our children. Karen, voice trembling, reading from a paper. I want to apologize to Mrs. Johnson, to Chief Naomi, and to this entire community. My actions, and those of my daughter, were wrong. We let ignorance and privilege blind us to the harm we caused. We promise to do better, and to use our voices to stand up for respect and equity from now on. Karen's daughter. I'm sorry for what I said and did. I know I can't take it back, but I promise to listen, to learn, and to speak out when I see others treated unfairly. Thank you for giving me a chance to make things right. An interview with community members after the meeting. Supportive neighbor. It takes courage to admit you're wrong in front of everyone. I hope this is a turning point for our neighborhood. Skeptical resident. Words are easy. I want to see what they do next. But maybe this is a start. I've spent my career believing in justice. But justice isn't just about punishment. It's about transformation for individuals, and for our society. Mercy isn't weakness. Sometimes, it's the only way to break the cycle. I don't know if Karen and her daughter will change for good. But I know they saw us not as caricatures, or threats, but as people. That's a start. And maybe, just maybe, it's enough to move us forward. After everything, the neighborhood wanted to do more than just apologize. They wanted to come together, to celebrate what makes us different and what brings us together. So we planned a diversity celebration, something this neighborhood had never seen before. Supportive neighbor, smiling. I've lived here for 20 years. I've never seen us all together like this. It took something ugly to bring out something beautiful. Teenager, Karen's daughter's friend. I used to think this stuff didn't matter. But now, I see how much it means to people. I'm glad we're talking about it. Elderly resident. It's easy to ignore what doesn't affect you. But when you see your neighbors stand up for each other, it changes you. I'm proud of our community. My mother and I joined a group painting a mural on the park wall, a tree with roots and branches made up of handprints from every family. Karen and her daughter add their handprints, pausing to look at my mother. She nods, and they smile, tentative but real. The story didn't stay in our neighborhood. News crews showed up. The story spread first across the city, then the state. People argued, debated, and, most importantly, started talking. We all have biases. The question is, what do we do when we see them in ourselves? Do we ignore them, or do we try to change? Justice isn't just about laws, it's about how we treat each other every day. Change doesn't happen overnight. But I started to see it in Karen, in her daughter, in our whole neighborhood. They didn't just apologize and move on. They got involved. They showed up, again and again, for the hard work of building trust. Karen. I can't undo what happened. But I can make sure I never stand by in silence again. I want my daughter to see me do the right thing, even when it's hard. Karen's daughter. I used to think I knew everything. Now, I know I have a lot to learn. I want to help people feel welcome, not afraid. We're not perfect. But we're trying. And that's how real change begins, one conversation, one apology, one act of courage at a time. This is my story, but it's not just mine. It belongs to every person who's ever been made to feel small because of who they are, where they come from, or the color of their skin. It's the story of mothers and sons, of neighbors and strangers, of old wounds and new beginnings. Every day, in neighborhoods just like this one, people face prejudice, sometimes loud and ugly, sometimes quiet and insidious. But every day, too, there are chances to do better. To see each other's humanity. To choose understanding over suspicion, compassion over contempt. I won't pretend that one incident, one apology, or one celebration can erase a lifetime of bias. But I've seen what's possible when people are willing to listen, to learn, and to change. I've seen neighbors become friends. I've seen those who once turned away now step forward to help. I've seen forgiveness not as forgetting, but as the first brick in building something stronger. If you witness injustice, don't look away. Speak up. If you hold power, use it to lift others, not to push them down. Every voice matters. Every action counts. Together, we can build communities where respect and justice are more than words, they're a way of life. It starts with seeing each other. It starts with choosing courage every day. Justice is not a destination. It's a journey we walk together.